Hey everybody, Eric Irvine here. I am going to be doing a kind of a more in-depth training today on how to find private money lenders in the market that you're working in. I'm a capital raiser for my team, so I am constantly using deal sauce to figure out who might be able to fund the deals that are coming across our plate. So I did a quick search this morning. I wanted to go to a market that I haven't worked in before. So I just did a quick search on where the most fix and flips are happening in the US right now. And the first thing that popped up was Oklahoma City. I have no idea if that's actually true or not, but it just gave me a starting point. So I am going to go to fix and flippers here. This is an upgrade on Deal Sauce. It's the residential leads investor bundle. So you don't need to look for private money. Don't use this. It is an upgrade. But if this is your strategy and kind of your role within your team, might be worthwhile. So I went to find fix and flippers, and I'm going to do Oklahoma City. And then I want to go to private lenders here. It's going to show 97 results. And so one thing to note, I mentioned before, anytime these results pop up, these are coming, or everything that's coming our way is based on the mailing address of the individual. And so this number one, Betsy McClanahan, she may be the only person living or working out of this address, but there may be other LLCs or other people at that address as well, which can skew the data. So while it says she has 8 deals funded here, that may be 8 different individuals who are working out of that office who have 1 deal each. But it takes some digging to figure that out, which I'll show you how to do. So we have 97 results here. I'm going to change this to 100 per page. So 97 results within Oklahoma. And again, this is or Oklahoma City. This is all the activity that's happening within the city limits. Betsy McClanahan may have deals outside of Oklahoma in other states, and that's not going to be accounted for in this number. So keep that in mind. So let's click on her. So Betsy McClanahan, 2 notes held, 6 deals funded. I want to dive in just to the first property here, this East Kitty Hawk Drive. Okay, so this property is, let's see, who's it owned by? Okay, so it's a Windsor Homes LLC. If you scroll to the bottom here, you can see that Betsy McClanahan was a lender at the end of 2022, 1%, $69,000. Okay, so you know she's active. So I'm going to go back to my list here of her properties. So she was active on that one. Let's see if she's active on this 4108 Park. All right, so again, she's not the owner. So let's go down to see that she was lending on this. Loan history, McClanahan. I don't see her as a lender anywhere on here. So my assumption is there's somebody else working out of that, or who is registered to that address that they gave us, another LLC or another individual. So this, Mole Properties LLC could be associated with that address. Not sure, but that's what the data was telling us, that it was coming from that address. So let's try one more, this 2105 Northeast. Again, go to the bottom, looking for McClanahan. There she is right there. So Betsy McClanahan, again, a 1% for 5 months at $105,000. So Betsy is probably somebody that I would want to reach out to if I'm doing deals in Oklahoma. So I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to say add to my leads. So Betsy has been added to my leads. You'll see here I have 1 lead. That's her name. So we'll shut that and then go back to the main list of lenders. Okay, so then you have Matthew Hogland. Let's try him out. So Matthew Hogland has 12 deals funded, 1 note held, and these are the investments. So similar to what I did with Betsy, I'm going to click on this first one to see what's accurate there. So scroll to the bottom, looking for lenders or loan history, excuse me. So there it is, Matthew Hogland, March of 23. Or excuse me, that's when it was the maturity date. It was in September 22, 1%, 159, 650. Okay, cool. So safe to say that this gentleman, all right, was talking without having switched. So I found this property, the 1101 Montreal Drive, scrolled to the bottom here. And then we have Matthew Hogland, who in September of 22, he had a 1% for $159,000 or 159,650. So I will want to add this gentleman to my list as well. So I'm going to go back and just add to my leads. And again, you'll see he has been added to my leads. So this is a time-consuming process. It is better than going down to the to the public records and searching on your own and figuring out the different systems that each city and county have in terms of how they're keeping track of all their files. So this is quicker than that, but still, if you're going to go through each property to get all the detailed information on what somebody has done on a deal, it takes time. You can do it, but it all depends on your personal preference. The other way you can do this is just assume that, so we have 97 people here. I'm going to assume that information is pretty correct. They've at least done one deal, even if it's not completely correct in terms of the number of deals funded based on the address issue that I talked about earlier. I still want to just have my list to start reaching out to. So I'm going to click this button right here and just say select all 97. So now I have my list of all 97 people who have done deals in Oklahoma City within the last few years. I have not touched the filters yet. If you want to get really specific and you have, some criteria that has to be met and you don't want to waste your time, you can, say, I only want people who have done, a minimum of 2 deals. And then the minimum amount that I would need for any of my deals would be $100,000. So that may whittle it down a bit. So we went from 97 to now we have 17 people who have done at least 2 with $100,000. And then you can look at, the making sure that they're really active. They may have done a deal 9-10 years ago, but that was it. They're out of it. So let's say 1 year. Who has done? Okay, so now we have 5 people. So 5 people have done at least 2 deals at $100,000 in the last year. So we can see those results. So there you go. You have their name, the number of deals funded, the average deal price, the total funded value for all the projects that they've done. And so you can add those to your list. They're already in mine. But you can add those, reach out to those 5 people specifically if that's your strategy. Or wipe everything out and just do the blanket strategy of reaching out to everybody who's done anything. So once you have your leads here and all the people that you want to reach out to, you're going to click on your leads. For some reason, it's not coming up for me right now. Oh, actually, it probably is. I need to shut this out. So I have my leads there. And now you have some options of what you can do. You can download all their information, which is going to give you basically all the info that was in the filters. So it's going to give you their name, their address, and then the number of deals funded, the average amount, the total amount, and then the funding time frame. So you can take that information and do with it what you will. And then if you're going to start reaching out to them, you can send direct mail. I've never sent direct mail before to lenders. It may work. I just don't have any experience with it. But then you can also skip trace it with lead trace. And this has been successful for me. They do have pretty good data here, and it's only 10 cents per hit. So they're only going to charge you for what actually comes back with the result. So if out of these 97 people, if all 97 come back with results, then I'm going to get charged 10% per hit. If it only comes back with 10, I'm only going to get charged for 10. And with that information, you're going to get, your name, mailing address, phone numbers, email addresses, and then they also include some, names and phone numbers of like relatives. So if you really, really wanted to annoy somebody, you could reach out to their son or daughter. But at this point, it's up to taking this information and putting it into your strategy, whatever works for you. If that's direct mail, emailing, cold calling, whatever it is, you can put this into your CRM, have a dialer. You can just pick up your own phone, reach out to them. But this does take out so much of the time required, or that used to be required, to get this basic information. And now it's just a matter of doing it on your own and start making those calls and building those relationships, and really understanding that it's unlikely that somebody getting a cold call is going to give you $100,000 just on the spot. And it's that consistency and having those 10 to 15 touch points to build that relationship before somebody may trust you with their money. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'm happy to do more tutorials on anything and everything within Deal Sauce. Hope you have a great day.